So in this video, we're going to walk through how to install Visual Studio Code. And when you first install it and launch it for the first time, it's going to look something like this. But I do want to talk about a couple of options to Visual Studio Code before we get into this process. So first, if you have a coding environment that is working for you, I would recommend that you just stay with that. There isn't anything in this course that will be Visual Studio Code specific. You just have to have an environment to write C++ code. So the second thing you might want to consider, instead of using this as your coding environment, if you want something that is much simpler to set up, you might want to check out Replit.com. So in order to use their site, you do need an account, and you just come up here and you sign up. I already have an account, so I'll just click on log in. And then when I log in, it brings us to this page. I'll come up here and click on create. And there will be a number of programming languages. You just scroll a little bit, click on C++, click on create REPL, and it will give us this hello world. So I'll come up here and run this. And you can see over here that it prints out hello world. So this is a really easy way of having a coding environment set up. So one of the things that's nice about Replit.com is you're not going to have to do the full installation of VS Code with extensions and then install a compiler and then do the configuration. Just right out of the box, you can do this. So those are a couple of options. Either use what you're using now, check out Replit.com, and then of course the third option is we're going to install VS Code. And we'll start out by doing a Google search. So I'm just going to do a search for download VS Code, or you could do download Visual Studio Code, and I'll click on this. And the top hit here will say download Visual Studio Code, Mac, Linux, Windows. I'll click on this. And it will bring you to a page that looks something like this. Remember, these pages do change from time to time. So yours might look a little different than what this looks like right now. And then you just choose your operating system. I'm on a Mac. I'll click on this. And you can see that it is downloading here in the corner. So once that's done downloading, you can either click on that or go to your downloads folder and double click on the download. And it doesn't matter what platform you're on. You can just accept all of the defaults and finish the install and launch VS Code. And when you do, you'll get something like this. So now we're going to install a couple of extensions, and you get to the extensions pane by clicking on this button right here. So I'll click on that, and it will show the most popular extensions, and most likely C++ is going to be near the top. Pick the one that is by Microsoft. If you don't see that in your most popular list, you can come up here to where it says search extensions in Marketplace and then just search for C++. But to install it, we just come right here and I'll click install. And that's all there is to installing that. I'm going to come up here and shrink down this popular pane like this. And now we're going to do a search up here for Code Runner. And if you just type in code, Code Runner will most likely be the top choice, and we'll click install on this. So I'm going to come up here and delete where it says code in this search box, and it will just show us our installed extensions. So now I'm going to click on C and C++, and if you scroll up just a little bit here, it'll say C, C++ extension tutorials per compiler and platform. And what these links are for instructions on installing a C and C++ compiler on your operating system, because this extension that we just installed does not have a compiler in it. We have to install that separately. And installing the compiler is platform specific. So I'll have 3 different videos on that, one for Windows, one for Linux, and one for Mac OS. So just go to the video that applies to you, and we'll pick up right here in that video and install the compiler.